So you may have noticed as we've been doing these problems, let's see, where can I write the quadratic formula? A lot depends for our answers on the radical part. Like sometimes we get answers that are integers, sometimes they're rational numbers, sometimes they're irrational, sometimes they're imaginary, sometimes we only get one solution. A lot of it depends on what's going on under the radical sign, like if that number is positive or negative or zero. And so what we do is we look at that when we're trying to determine how many solutions we're going to have and the type of solutions. Okay, so we're going to break it down into kind of three cases. Well, this part that's under the radical, this part right here, the b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac, that is called the discriminant, okay? Discriminant. So if we figure out what that part is, the b squared minus 4ac, then we can know about our answers. If the discriminant comes out to be less than 0, so if it's less than 0, if it's negative, then you're going to have two imaginary solutions. Because it means you're going to be trying to take the square root of a negative number, and that's going to give you the imaginary part, the I part. So if the discriminant is less than 0, that's the case. You get two imaginary solutions. If the discriminant equals 0, well then that means that under the radical it's just a 0. You're plus or minusing 0. We had a problem like that. We only got one real solution. It's real because there's no imaginary part, okay? But because the discriminant is 0, you only get one solution. And then finally, if b squared minus 4ac, the discriminant, is greater than 0, you're going to get two solutions, but they're going to be real. You won't have the imaginary part. So this is kind of like a little guide here. You know, if the discriminant is less than 0, you get two imaginary solutions. If it's equal to 0, you get one real solution. And if it's greater than 0, you get two real solutions. Okay? Sometimes they ask us what the discriminant is and how many solutions we have and the type of solutions they are. So we didn't find the solutions. They're just asking us to use the discriminant to tell us how many and what kind of solutions they are.